Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Chang. Uh, I'm here to introduce 544 Advanced Software Process. This is one of the two courses you will take in the first semester. Okay. Okay. I have to show up here. Doesn't work. 좀 Okay, now it's working. Okay. So this is for this course. We will study the process. Process talks about who will do this project and what we have to do and how we do this. So project is to achieve goal. You may build a software in software engineering to achieve goal. So goal is to build a software and the product is a software. And you will build this using process. So process proponents believe process is very important. Process proponents, okay? Some people may not think in that way, but like me, who likes process, importance of process, believe process is very important. So somebody says, oh, we cannot do anything, as we learn from the school in real life. It doesn't work. Yeah, I agree with that, but it is very good to know the process and the setup plan to follow this process to do your project in advance and to try to follow it. Sometimes you may follow your process exactly well. Sometimes you may not. It's okay. If you fail to meet this process, you may learn something from this experience, right? And then you can improve it. So this is important thing. Learn and improve. Learn and improve. When I learn about this process, when I teach this process, I learn a lot, not only for software development, but also my life improved. My life. So the method and the process we use, and I teach here, I also apply this to my life. So what's process? How can I become a good spouse? So how many of you married already? Okay, good. So is your life going well as you expected before your marriage? Probably you're a good person, so you may manage well. But I couldn't do it. A lot every day, actually. But I always think, how can I improve our life, our marriage life? Okay? So I try to assess myself, evaluate myself. Am I a good spouse? How can I judge? I find out some good model, role model. Oh, he's very famous in our town as a good father, good husband. Okay, I compare myself with him. I compare what he does, what he says, how he behaves in his family. And then I compare and find out difference, gaps. Oh, this is I missed. This is gap to become good. father, right? And then I try to fit in this to become a better person. This is important in process. Not only to learn how to do this, what you do this, in which step you have to follow, but also you need to evaluate yourself, review yourself, assess yourself and your process, and then find out that something is wrong there. And then try to fill in this gap. Okay? So it helps you not only the process you use in your company, but also it helps you in your family, in your community, in your job. So in the job, oh, he's a very good boss. And then find out the gap between you and his good boss and fill in this gap. And then you will become one day a good boss like him, like her. This is what we learn. Okay, so in this class, you will learn exactly like this process. What is process? How can I define process? So to share with your colleagues, hey, this is process we have to follow. Okay? And then try to follow. And then sometimes you meet, sometimes not. And then learn from your experience. Next time, you will have a better process. Improve, improve, improve every day, every project. And then you will become a good software engineer and a good software manager. So I like to teach you to become a good software development manager. Okay? What kind of things I should have to become good software manager in terms of process, Okay? So process tells you steps you have to go through to do your project. And it talks about the methods, tools available. Why tool is good to use? If you like to put the nail on the wall by your hand, what happens? You hurt, right? So if you use a hammer, it's much easier. Same thing. There are many software tools, so you don't need to use them. You can use your hand to put the nail. But if you use this method and tools available, find out the good tools and judge which one is good tool for you, and then it will be very helpful. Okay, so that's what we have to find out. So when we define process, find out which step you have to go through. Okay, if you like to go to LA, in which route you have to go. And also we find out any method, tools available, cars or train or whatever. Okay, so best fit to your case. And then build all this as your process. Share this process with your members. And try to follow this. Learn from this experience. Have a better process next time. Okay? So here you will learn basic idea of a process. And then eventually you have to learn how to apply this to your case. Okay? That's the goal. Just not to learn existing processes, famous processes. You have to feel and taste really what is process, and you have to make this as yours. And then you should have capability to assess your process, to improve your process. Okay, so this is what we like to talk in this class. We will use textbook company. Look at the publication here. Wow, it's a long time ago. just before I graduated my PhD. Okay? Wow. But I like this textbook. That's why I still use this text. Humphrey is a great guy. This is one of the person I really respect. I was very surprised whenever I learned from this Humphrey book. Wow, how come he could think of this kind of idea? So actually, this changed me a lot. Not only just running software engineering, but also just like I exemplified you before, it helps my life. Okay? So we will learn from this basic principle, basic idea of process, but you will do your homework assignment using the most current modern process practices. Okay? So you will also use 2025 on this year process, okay, to do your project homework assignment. So you will get all with all the same, okay, principles, just like the Bible, okay, and then also you will learn what is the current practice good companies use nowadays. Okay, so you will learn both of them from this class, okay, from my lecture and from your homework assignment. So I like teach you how to combine this all the principles and the real practice together and make it yours, digest and apply this. Okay. And these two books I listed here as a prerequisite. Okay, so just like 3062 class, software engineering, basic software engineering class, we use this technique. If you already forget all the terms, or if you took these classes so long time ago, or you have a good experience, but you don't have an academic background, please read this. Okay? Not only these two, read as many as books you can. We have a free books you can borrow from our library, and our library provide inter-library loan as well. So as long as that book exists in the United States, they will borrow from other schools. Okay, so you will get many books and also use websites. There are so many websites. Okay, it's very terminologies. Different people understand same thing in different ways, and they explain this idea concept in their own ways. So it is a good idea to read many different perspectives. Don't just execute my lecture. Don't just follow the whoever. Just read so many things and digest it and find out some common things there. And then you can define yourself. So it is good to learn terminologies. Even though you speak English well, if you go to hospital, what happens? Nurse, doctors talks about something. Many of them you cannot understand. Why? They use their own terminologies. So it is important to know terminologies we use in this area. Okay? So whenever you have an education book, what does it mean by this? Like a bus. Bus is just something to take riding, right? Go. But in computer science, bus is address bus, data bus. So concept is different. Okay, even though you use the same word, concept is different. So to learn a basic concept from here. So please read many books to understand the basic concept and try to understand my lecture. Okay, so these are outlines we learn in this way. Okay, and then you will practice this part as your homework assignment. You will have 3 exams here. All portions are same. Okay, if you cannot make it in the first exam well, you can make this next exam better. Okay, so that way you can have a chance to make up. And you will do 2 homework assignments. Okay, 2 homework assignments. I already posted homework outline on campus. So today, please find out with your team members and start doing your project. Doing project is very important in my class. I emphasize on homework assignment. By doing this, you should really know how to build a good process, how to improve your process, how to apply this process to your real life. Okay? Okay. So I like to introduce my canvas here. Yes.
So, Dr. Joe, I don't know anything about software process, but I want to ask a question out of curiosity. In order to improve process, engineers, like mechanical engineering myself, would like to think of a criteria. So I often use the term cost function. So cost function, you're trying to minimize some variables. It could be time, it could be energy, it could be any form of effort.
Parameters.
So yeah, parameters. So when you mention on your syllabus, optimize the process, do software improvement process have some cost function that you're trying to minimize to improve from your learning model to find the better parameters for the future?
Very good question, right?
So I mean,
we have to know how to improve.
So when you say
why
how to improve software, because I don't know anything about software process. I want to see if it's different from improving hardware.
Just like this, I like to give you an example. We have some mathematics.
Okay.
We use some mathematics, and we use data collection and measurement, and to find out good evidence, objective evidence. Mathematically, we can prove. Statistically, we can prove. So we try to use that kind of mathematics to find out the reason why we have to go in this way. Yes, we do it. But before we go to, you will learn this kind of things in my some chapters or in my class, and also you will learn this mostly in another class, software measurement class. But if you don't go to these numbers, simply think in this way: to become a good father, what you have to do? Find out the good model, role model, and to pick up some points, important points. There are many. What probably in my case, I need to change 100 things, but it's hard to change 100 things, right? So find out which one is the most important thing and more important thing, and also if you fix one, probably other habits can be fixed together. That is happening, right? Whenever you develop your program, compile your program, and you have error messages. If you fix one error, it fixes some other errors as well together, right? So there are something which is very important thing. And also there are something controllable, uncontrollable. If you use mathematics, it is parameters. But in common term, without having mathematics, in common term, we can find, oh yeah, Tom is a very great guy. I like to follow him to become a good husband, to become a father. But something I cannot follow. it can be my habit, or it can be my personality, or it can cost money, or whatever it is. So we have to find out that. And what is controllable parameters? What is uncontrollable? Uncontrollable, forget about it, you'll never get it. But find out the controllable parameters and try to put different variable sets and find out which one is the most good to get the highest rate. So in that way, you can apply this concept. And also, mathematics doesn't give all, doesn't prove everything, but we can, additionally, we can use mathematics there to find out good reason, objective reason, not my subjective opinion. There are some data. We have to collect this data. And also there are some good data, bad data, variable data, invariable data. We have to find out this because it takes cost. Whatever you do, it costs the money. So find out the good parameters, good data, collect this data, analyze that data, and then we can make a judgment. Oh, when we go this way, data says this. When you go that way, data says that. Which one is better? In that way, you can find out the better way. Is it answer clear?
Yes, yes. So basically, it seems that you have a model
Mhm.
that you want to follow. And
You
depending-
can also, you can build a model.
Yes, yes.
We cannot have all mathematical models to solve software engineering problems.
Okay.
Some part we have good models. Some part we don't have models. And then you have to find out model, or we can use something else, survey, or the expert opinions, or from your experience data, something like that.
Yeah, I'm teaching software measurement. I agree.
Yeah.
Joe mentioned, it's common sense. PDCA, the improvement cycle. When you improve it, there's a reason, two things. Either 10-point improvement, I have a problem. It's a big problem now. This problem, how I'm going to improve. Right? Another one is opportunity, a new technology, AI, how I'm going to bring in. But you don't do it blindly. You're actually right. When we improvement, after you decide to do it, you set a goal, a metric, right? How do I know what's my current level? How do I know the improvement work or not? If you don't have a metric, you don't have an indicator, how do you know? And so you have to, that's what part of the, measurement, data collection, analysis, validation. Yeah, for the computations we use it, it works. Okay, like, I control my sugar level. I have to do this every day, right? Okay, oh, it's going. What did I do? Good practice, repeat. What's going on? I can't eat that. What am I doing?
Yes.
I don't know whether it sounds like, our time is a little bit, but I do want to mention very kind of interesting, underlying kind of question. Our goal is so that piece of software has a market value and people will accept and buy it.
And also, I want to add something about the Humphrey. I actually have opportunity. I took his class. I learned CLI from Humphrey, so we'll be able to communicate with him before he passed away. I know Joe is a fan. You know how do I know? After Humphrey passed away, I think 2010, okay. SEI set a website. So you can add your song, honoring him. I saw Dr. Joe actually wrote a paragraph. Okay, I said, okay, I'm glad we choose the book. And we were so happy Joe, became a fan of, right? Did you write that?
Yeah.
Or is that only one?
I wrote it. I don't write the kind of things much.
I didn't tell you.
In public, but I wrote it. Yeah, I really like this lessons. Okay. Okay, so if you enroll classes, you will see this kind of a screen on your canvas. Okay, and then we go to this 50 combines section 50 and the 51 together. Okay, So you are administrative point of view, you are still in the existing section 51, but we just use this same playground. Okay, same playground here. So this is the main page, and the most important part is modules here, modules. Okay. So I already posted many things here weekly. So in each week, I will tell you here what you have to do for this week. Okay, so read this in advance, few weeks in advance, and find out what you have to do this week and the next week, and then build a good plan. As a software engineer, whatever you do, you need to build a plan. Okay, so there is a planning for planning. There is one of the practice we use in 7-1 order, planning for planning. It tells you how to plan, what you have to do in planning. Okay, so even for planning, we have a plan. So you have to build a plan for whatever you do to pass this class, build a plan. To do homework, build a plan. Okay, and when you do your homework assignment, you should plan. Okay, you have to estimate and plan. Okay, schedule your work. Of course, you cannot meet 100%. Okay, but you have a chance to learn from this iteration. Okay, we will go by iteration and iteration. So, and then next iteration, you will have a more accurate plan, accurate estimation. Last time I overestimate. Last time I underestimate. Oh, I learned from it. Okay, don't worry about your failure. Okay, learn, and the next time you will do better. So this way you will practice and improve your planning skill. Okay, estimation skills. That is part of a process. Planning is the part of a process. So planning is very important. Okay, and try to follow it. And if you miss it, find out the reason, and have a chance to discuss about this with your members and by yourself, and then have a better plan next time. So you can have a more accurate planning skill. Okay, that's very important things in this class when you do your homework assignment, and you have to document all this, what I'm saying. Okay, your experience, you have to document it. So when I grade your homework assignment, I look at, you really understand what is the process, what you are doing. You have to know exactly, understand what you do. Okay, don't go by any guess or imagination. It is not engineering, it is not science. Okay, go by evidence always. Why you have to go in this way? Using what kind of principles? Okay, and how to improve existing principles to adapt to your case, and document all this. That is the requirement. So my homework outline explains it's lengthy and verbose, but I like to read everything in the beginning and I try to understand. Okay, everything in the beginning. My style is like this. I look at mountain shape first before I look at the individual mountain, individual tree inside. When I study some subject, I try to understand what it talks about, entire things. And then I go in detail, each mountain, each tree, each leaf level. Okay, so this will help you. It depends on your style, okay? But my experience. Any other questions? Yes,
If I might be wrong, but I remember you saying something about teams and stuff like that.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, when I looked at teams, I could see, I see the our name. I think you said there is already, there's already formatted.
No, you will choose your
Oh,
team.
okay.
Yeah. You will volunteer your team. Okay, to become a member. My requirement is minimum 2, maximum 6. Minimum 2, maximum 6, depending on your working style. Okay. But you have to do everything by yourself. Teamwork does not mean you can do part of that. You have to do everything. Just you discuss with your members to find out better way to finalize it, to submit to me. Okay, so regardless of your number of members, you have to do everything and discuss with your members and organize well, in which way is better. So you have as consultants, your team members are consultants. You discuss and find out the better way. Sometimes you understand this well, sometimes other members understand the other parts. So you share this idea, group study, okay? And then do the best work. Some students may not do work. Sometimes get the free code, free writing. That's okay if you are capable to do it, okay? But you have a chance to evaluate your members. So homework assignment score includes not only homework itself, but also your collaboration score. So I will check your collaboration score. If your collaboration score is low, you got the low score from your other members. Oh, he just did that. And I just give him zero. And then you may not get full credit for the homework score. So your members, 10 points, you may get 2 points because of this. Okay? So one of the important philosophy in software engineering is to satisfy customer. You have to satisfy your customer. If you cannot satisfy your members, it's hard to satisfy your customers. You have your team. You have to collaborate to do this project. If you don't collaborate well, it doesn't work well. Definitely, all right? So you should learn how to satisfy your members. Free ride, that's fine. I don't care. As long as you're fine, your score is fine. But you will get the penalty when you get a job or after you get a job, because they will know, oh, this guy has a degree, does not know anything. So you will be fired, right? Which is the worst thing in your life. So study yourself and make yourself professional. Do everything yourself. We just give you a chance to collaborate. Why? When you get a job, when you work in the company or even this school, technology itself doesn't matter much. You have enough knowledge to do your job. Okay? You can learn this knowledge also every year, right? So you can improve it. So technology thing doesn't matter much. More things, it hurts you is a relationship. Relationship, it hurts me. So you have to learn how to treat other people nicely, gentle, okay? And let other people treat you nicely. So through this collaboration, I like you learn that, not technology things. I like you learn how to work with other people well, how to work with your spouse well, how to work with your colleagues well. That is most important in your life. Technology itself, knowledge doesn't matter much. Okay? It doesn't hurt you much. You have enough knowledge. So Collaboration is very important. That's what you like to learn from this. So I'm very shy, or I don't like to work with so many people. You can have just one member. Just one member, that's fine. Okay? And you can change your member as well. After first homework, I don't like this guy, I like to change, that's fine. But until you finish this homework assignment 1, 2, I like to go with them. Okay? And meet the goal. Pass this class. Have a passing grade for your homework. And then you can decide. And then you can separate. Okay? Before you meet your goal, if you separate, what happens? It disasters, right? So don't spend your energy to fight with your members. Spend your energy to do your work, to meet your goal first. And learn from this experience. Oh, I didn't treat well to my member. That's what happened. Okay, next time you will learn, right? So you will do better person next time. And based on your behavior, your words, other people treat you better, right? So I like to learn this kind of things in the class, and don't make a mistake in the work outside. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
So you're saying for the collaboration, each person at the end turns in their own work?
No, you will turn one homework report, but you have to do everything by yourself first. Understand everything, and then do this homework as a group. Okay, then it can be yours. When I was students, I did almost 90%, 95%, sometimes 100% homework. I just did everything for my members. I didn't care whether they get free ride or not. Why? I like to learn from this homework. So I did everything. And then if they like to adopt, yes. If they don't like to adopt, yes, we share your idea, my idea. Okay? So in that way, you have a chance to improve. So group study is good. You know, you cannot understand everything well. Sometimes your friends may understand better for some subject. So you have a chance to discuss and understand clearly, do your work well. Okay, again, don't spend your time to fight with other members. Okay, spend your energy to meet your goal first. Next, separate. And also, you may meet in the field. It's a small world. Sometimes you may meet your friends in school, in your work. Okay? If you are generous, if you are good, probably the other people may recommend you, okay, to get a job. I changed my job a few times. I don't think my GPA helped me to get my job. I think my reference, my other friends meeting in the conference or wherever, they liked me and recommended me. I think that is more valuable. Okay. Applications. Okay, so send me email anytime you have questions. Weekday, weekends, night time, whenever. I don't promise to respond you 24 hours, but as long as I wake up, I respond to the online students. I try to respond to you immediately. Okay, so send me email anytime. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Joe, a couple of points, when you struggle in the beginning, don't worry. If there's no struggle, no learning. When you do homework, no problem, like that. What do you learn? Nothing. You do a project, no difficulty, no defect, no mistake. You know